Hello, all you dear lovely people. Gail here, and I've got another little share for you. This is Folio. I was watching my friend Dodie over at Dorothy Jane, that's her YouTube channel, when she was sharing her folios, and I thought, oh gosh, I haven't made a folio this year at all, and so she kind of got me wanting to make folio. And then I was, now I didn't, this folio is not made like hers. She did a craft with me and showed how she made her folios. This folio was more inspired by Beth Wallen over at Beth's Journal Boutique. And then my own spin on everything. So I was also inspired by TaylorMade Journals digital kit called French Blue. I saw it, fell in love with it, purchased it, and made this folio. So it was just a bing bang boom. And I want to share it with you today. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're new, welcome. And welcome to all of you lovely people who come back and comment. I do want to say, you guys leave the most kind and most beautiful comments on my YouTube channel, and that means a whole lot to me. It really touches me where I live, and for that I'm very appreciative, so thank you. So let's get started. I don't want to take a long time doing this. This is a trifold folio. Now, I've made trifold folios in the past, but this this was a little different than the ones I've made, and I liked it. So I've tied it up for a closure with this like a dotted Swiss netting, and I loved the way it looked. Just loved it. So that's what I'm going with. And the front cover and the back cover, I have used my microglaze on them to give them some protection, give the paper protection. This is one of Lorna's papers out of that French Blue kit. I've also used, I used Lorna for all the background pages, and then I've used some other designers for images. I've used Ruby and Pearl XO, House Whimsy, Sweet Pea Curiosity, Wild Rose Boho, a little bit of Sam Poole, a little bit of Chapter 1, and a little bit of the Artisans Shoppe. And I apologize if I've forgotten anybody. On the bottom, I've done a coffee filter ruffle, pleated ruffle. And I've added these little, this little rose trim. It's like, it's kind of like a netting is the background, and then they made the roses on top of them. And I colored them to go, they come white, and I colored them to tie in more with the journal. And then I just added a little bit of this blingy, sparkly trim. So that is the front. And this is about 12 inches tall. No, it's not that tall. Hold on a second. Let me grab a ruler here. What am I thinking? 12 inches tall. It's 8.5 inches tall. I think I was thinking of, because I used a manila file folder to create this, I made it 12 inches wide in order to do the folds. I'll get my act together maybe one day. And then it's about, it runs between 3 3/4 to close to 4 inches wide, depending on what part of the folio you're on. On the back, I love this image. This is from a new kit, I think, from Sweet Pea Curiosities. The whole kit is just gorgeous. And then I have put, in this pocket, I have put a small glassine bag. And while we're here, let me just go ahead and show you what's in there. I've just added some images. I think these are ruby and pearl images. And this is Sweet Pea Curiosity, same kit as this. And I've added some tickets, a strip of tickets, and one of these little frames. Tuck those into this glassine bag, tuck that into the pocket. So that's the back page. Now, when you open this, it's got a journal right here. It's got a little journal signature. And then I'll show you this last. When you flip this open, there's a page here with the belly band and a pocket. And then you open it like this, and you've got 2 more pages. So if this little journal wasn't here, this would be what you see on the 3 parts of the trifold. Okay? So let's go through. On the inside front cover, I've used a lace tuck, and I've added a strip of these. This is one of my collage strips from a kit in my shop. And then I have a tag. There's mostly tags in this folio, and all of the tags you can write on the back. These days, I don't know, I've really been in love with making very large tags. So I used a little bit of Poole stamp and some seam binding ribbon, a little label that's from Poole. And I did some collaging in the background, and I tucked that in there. And then just one of these images and tuck that in there. So over on this page, with this belly band, I have added a tag. And this is part of one of Lorna's pages in her French Blue kit. And then I've just added some paper down here, and again, a little seam binding ribbon. This is a chapter 1 envelope, and I've tucked some little goodies inside, if I can get them out. Another little Poole image. This is, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I think this is a freebie from Lorna at TaylorMade Journals that I have resized smaller. And then I think this is ruby and pearl. So that's what's in that envelope. And then this is an envelope flip. And I've made a top pocket out of the envelope. And this is one of those large tags. I've really enjoyed making them. Did a little collage on the back, lots of room for writing. And so tuck that right into the envelope. Tuck these back into the belly band. And if you open it this way, on the back of the envelope flip is another pocket and another large tag that I have collaged an image and some papers. Now this background is a digital collage. It's from one of my kits. And then I've added some embossed paper on the bottom and a little tab at the top. And that slips right in there. And then on this side, I've done a corner tuck and added a label and some ruffle, some coffee filter ruffle. I love this image. I just think this is beautiful. And I think this is from Wild Rose Boho or House Whimsy. I think it's one of the two. Sorry. I can't keep them all straight. This is a tag or a journaling card, whatever you want to call it. I didn't cut it into the shape of a tag because I just liked the way it was. This, again, is one of the freebies from Lorna a while back. So I tucked that in. And then I made this little tag with, I guess all my ribbons are seam binding in this kit. And tucked that in. So then when you close this flip, we can open it this way. And in the center there are 2 pockets. Pocket here and pocket here. And in the back pocket I've made this really, again, large tag. This is one of my favorite images from the Artisans Shoppe. I love that. 3 friends out having a really good time in a flower field. Added a little tab. I don't know if you can see, but this image has been embossed. And then we have the front tag, which I did, I collaged. Collage tag with this pretty little ribbon. And I believe this is one of the, from Sweet Pea Curiosity, one of her new kits. And then over here, I did the same as I did in the front with the ribbon, corner ribbon tuck. And in the back of that tuck, I have added, this is an image that I printed from the Graphics Fairy, and then in Photoshop, I added this floral image, and I've aged this paper on the back. There's lots of room for writing, but this paper, I just did a lot of crumpling. I ironed it, crumpled it, distressed it, folded it. Just wanted to make it look like it'd been around for a while. And then this tag that I also collaged. It's just so pretty. And some more embossed paper, and this is some antique ledger paper, little ticket that I added. And then we have this little journal. I didn't do anything as far as decorating the inside. I did put, there is an envelope, a little envelope here, and I collaged the front of it and then made it into a pocket, and I added this image again from Sweet Pea Curiosities. I just love this kit. I will be using it. You'll see it again for sure. And then on the back, this is just a piece of paper image from Poole, and then some antique ledger paper and some pink dyed paper. So this is basically lots of room for writing. Some newsprint. I love newsprint. This is from like a children's writing pad. Believe it or not, I remember these from grade school. They probably don't use them anymore. That was in the dinosaur age. Some more dyed paper. Oops. Some ledger paper. Some stained, tea-stained paper. Grid paper. So, and the center image is another from that French blue kit of Lorna's. And then on the back, I left the, I didn't print anything on the back. I stenciled it with, I don't know if it shows up, with a pale blue floral. And then on the other side is just the opposite of all those papers. And then here is the back of that envelope, again with that same paper from Sam that does the back side of the front part of the envelope. And then I have collaged this side of the envelope. And then I've added a little journaling card. And that's it. This folio is, it's a little bit chunky. I tried to keep it from getting too chunky, but I can't, guys, I can't do anything that doesn't get chunky. It just seems to be part of my nature. But everything as far as the tags or journal cards, you know, those are all removable. As far as the little journal goes, you can use it for writing. You could do your own decorating. Whoever purchases this, it's whatever you would like it to be. I love folios. I'm going to be making some more. I thought I would make some and put them in my, do some for like Christmas, for Christmas shoppers, and put them in my Etsy shop. So I think that's my projects I'm going to be working on for a while, is to stock my Etsy store for the coming holiday with Christmas stuff maybe and non-Christmas stuff. But anyway, I'll see how that goes. I'll be back when I've got something to share with you guys. Love you all. Bye.